let's go through some of my favourite journaling pages from 2023. Hi, it's Meg, welcome back to my channel. So today I have lots of journals on my desk, as you can see, and I'm going to go through them and show you some of my favourite pages from this year. So I saw a favourite journal pages tag by Micah. I will leave her information up on the screen. I've only recently just discovered her Instagram and YouTube, and when I saw that she did picking your favourite pages of 2023, I immediately went to my journals and picked out some of my favourites to film this video. So there's 8 different prompts, and I thought this was a really fun way to look back through some of my journal pages. So we have small joy, new approach, mundane, colour scheme, sticker love, unexpected, photo/image, and then mood/vibe. So I've picked out at least one for each of these prompts. Some of them I might talk about a couple of things because I just couldn't choose. So we'll start with small joy. And what is more fitting for small joy than my tiny TN? Now, I only did a couple of pages in this year. I'd kind of forgotten I even did it. But when I pulled out everything that I had done and worked on this year, I was like, oh yeah, of course. Because sometimes it's so small you almost forget about it. So I've only got a few pages within this, so I think just the whole journal is going to count for this prompt of small joy. And just, yeah, how tiny it is, and it's such a fun little scrap busting project as well to work on such small pages. So I just thought that this would be perfect for the prompt of small joy, and I'd really like to do some more pages in this next year for sure, but it's just such a fun little journal to work in. Prompt number 2 was new approach. Now I've picked out a few things for this. So the first one I'll talk about is this no-sew journal that I made, and I promise that not all of these are just whole journals for these prompts, but I just wanted to pick this out for new approach because I really enjoyed this binding method of like a hinge binding. And again, I haven't really done a huge amount within this journal, but I really loved the clear cover that I did. So I guess I can kind of count this as a new approach like journaling page, but it's just the cover. But I did it on clear plastic and then collaged all these bits onto it, and I just really loved the effect that it gave. There was also like the bits coming through here on the reverse as well, and I just love the way that it looks, and you can see sort of all the bits peeking through on the pages behind as well. So I think that fits the prompt for new approach perfectly. But one other thing I also wanted to share was the zines that I made. Now I know that I started doing like a weekly zine, and clearly I only have 4 of them, but 4 is more than 0, so at least I made some of these. But yeah, zines was a new thing that I did this year, and so I was trying to do them for each letter of the alphabet. Clearly I failed, but I still enjoy seeing the ones that I did create, and it's also fun to see them as a whole page as well. Now I really do like them as little zines on their own, but I am tempted to cut them up for collage, which I know sounds terrible, but I'd really like to collage with some of these bits, like especially this one. I just really love all the different mark making and sort of colours on that. So I don't know, maybe I'll use these in another project, and then that way they don't kind of feel like they've gone to waste because I can still use them with something else. So yeah, as I said, I created a few of these, made them in the whole pages, and then folded them up as you can see here. So yeah, they were really fun to do. This one I even cut a hole into, so I yeah, cut a hole in it there and sort of fixed part of it together to make a pocket. And then, oh yeah, I tried jelly printing as well this year, which was super fun, and I created some of the cards with the prints as well. This isn't one of them, but I know I made this at the same time, which is what's reminded me of that. But yeah, these were really fun, cute little project to work on, and to work on a theme as well was quite fun. So that's my pick for New Approach, is my zines and my clear cover journal, which if you want to make one of these, I will leave a link down below because I've done a tutorial walking through how you can make one of these. So the next prompt is mundane, and when I was thinking about this, I kind of just went and picked something that was quite simplistic. And so this is my altered book that I've absolutely loved working in this year. I've still got loads of room left to go in this, so I'll definitely be doing more pages, but this was really simple. You know, we've just got the feature of the collage here, a little bit of a strip, and then I've left a lot of blank white space, like negative space. So I felt like this kind of fit the prompt for mundane, because there isn't like really a huge amount going on here, but it still packs a punch, I think. I really love the way that this looks, you know, with the vintage papers, the colour scheme as well. I've used a lot of pink this year, which leads me nicely into the fourth prompt of colour scheme. So I decided to go with this page from last year's, or this year's rather, Junk Journal January journal. So the reason I picked this was although it's more subtle, I really do like the way that there's the different shades of pinks and how they pop and sort of work together, but it's almost like an accent, and then you've got all the neutrals. I think it worked really nicely, and I just really love the colours on this page, and just the page in general, to be honest. Like the stitching, I was a really big fan of that, and also just the little like scrappy collages. I'd love to do more stuff like this in future pages, but I think one of the things that made this special was just everything that you could see behind the page as well, because I had cut this page a little shorter than the rest of them. So I feel like if you had this page on its own, like, it's still nice, but the fact that you can see everything else underneath, I think also really added to the charm. I love this kind of effect when it comes to junk journals, so that was my pick for the prompt of colour scheme. Then next we had sticker look. So this is my passport TN, and I've got an insert in here that I was using for the journaling workshop videos that I made, and this was the page that I created for my collage video, and I love the page as a whole anyway, the colours on this one as well, and the stitching, but I used quite a few little like stickers and cutouts on sort of the lower third here, and the contrast between the image and the more like illustrative flowers on here as well, and these soft, I think these are rub-ons, so I just really love, I think this is a sticker as well, the text. So yeah, there's not like a huge amount of stickers, but I think I just really love the way that I used them. It felt a little bit more intentional and part of the design. So I just love this page anyway, but then also the way that I'd used the different stickers on it and how it kind of blends into the page almost, rather than just being like stuck on to the page, if that makes sense. I think that's what I really loved about this journal page in particular. And then for prompt 6, which was unexpected, I decided to pick my Junk Journal July journal. So this is just the accordion, and I really love like the whole vibe of this one anyway, but this page in particular, on the surface there doesn't look like there's too much like unexpected about it, but the way that I made this page, so there's a video on my channel of like a process video of this one if you want to see, but it turned out so differently to how I was first working on it, and I ended up like cutting a hole in this journal. So you can't see on the back here because I've covered it up, but because it's an accordion, I just literally cut a hole in the middle, and then filled it in with some imagery here, because the black, when I'd put it on the page, just felt really strong. So in that way I kind of did something unexpected on the page, and I really love the way that this page turned out, despite the frantic way that it felt like I made the page. It was one of them ones, you know, when you just feel like everything you do, it's just not right and you're not sure what you're doing, but then in the end you get there. So that's why I decided to pick this page, because it's kind of a reminder just to keep going with the process and just trust the process as well. That's what a lot of this was just trust the process, Megan. Oh, especially, do you know, when it's like a new journal as well, I was like, oh my goodness, it's like page 2 and I'm messing it up. But yeah, trust the process, and if in doubt, do something unexpected like cutting a hole in your journal page, and it will all work out. So that's the page that I picked for unexpected. And then for prompt 7, it was photo/image. So I know I use like botanical illustrations and cutouts and things throughout all my journals, but I don't use a huge amount of like actual photos. Even in, this is just my Hobonichi journal, which I don't share a huge amount on here because it's not that type of journal. I included some photos from my trip to Amsterdam in the summer, and so I thought that I would share this page for this prompt because I really love the way that I've got both photos and also like images cut out. So this was from the museum trip that we had, and I cut this out from the like the ticket or the brochure, I can't remember which it was, of you know, the girl in the pearl earring painting that I saw, and then I just sort of did a bit of a collage here on this side. So this was the museum ticket, so I tipped that in because obviously it had some really beautiful imagery on here, and this funky text going on, and then I sort of extended the page with some collage papers so that I could include a couple of photos of the day. So I really love the way that this page came out. And then finally, the last prompt is mood/vibe. So I believe I wanted to pick one of the pages again from my altered book for this one. I think the whole book is actually just a mood and a vibe, to be honest. I'm really enjoying working in this one, but this page in particular is one of my faves. It's got so many things that I love, like all the little details and this vintage like wallpaper. It's got a little bit of a shine. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but just all the little details and the mark making and the contrast between the typewriter text and then the hand lettering. I just think this page is a vibe, it's a mood, and I really love it. So those are my top picks for my journal pages for 2023. So thank you to Micah for the fun prompts as a way of looking back at this year of journaling. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next year. Bye guys.